3, 2, 1. Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Wolfie here. We are back now. The first thing you want to do on this video, as always, is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also hit that bell so you do get a notification every time I do drop a brand new video. And of course, last but not least, my Twitch channel is down in the description below. www.twitch.tv/Connor Woolf. I stream all of my weekend league games on my road to glory. Everything else, most of what you see on YouTube is cut up and edited from my Twitch channel. So if you want to go see it live, make sure you go and drop that follow link down in the description below. And of course, my Twitter is also down in the description below. www.twitter.com/ConnorWolf1995. If you want to keep updated with me and my private life, and also just like what I'm doing, how I'm getting on FIFA, what videos are dropping a couple of hours early, etc., then make sure you go and drop my Twitter a follow. I tweet a lot of stuff about Villa, so if you don't want to see that, then don't follow me, okay? But without any further ado, what we have got for you today is, of course, my much requested and much sought after 4-1-2-1-2 narrow custom tactics. It's the formation that I am now sticking with, I think, going forward in terms of FIFA. I've been changing a lot between like the 4-4-2, the 4-2-3-1, the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. But I've learned now that I think the best thing that you can do is just YOLO in the attack, you know. Like, I don't really see the point of trying to hold out for a 1-2-0 lead when this game has got so many goals in, because defending is so weird and a lot of people struggle with it. I try and play into that, and I think with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, it's definitely the most well-rounded formation in terms of attacking. The way I play it though, YouTube, it is a bit YOLO, so remember that. And if you struggle defensively, then I will tell you a couple of changes that I would recommend for you guys to change, because there are a couple of things with this formation that I love, but there are also a couple of things that aren't good about this formation. Not that they're not good, but there are a few faults with it, okay, if you ask me. So this is the team, of course. The team isn't actually built with a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow in mind. My team was built for a 4-4-2. So obviously I had Paulinho and Firmino as my centre mids, Neymar and Rashford up front with Zaha and Mane on the wings. That was how the team was originally meant to be built. So I'll show you how, like so. So there it is, my 4-4-2 with Neymar, Rashford, Zaha, Paulinho, Firmino in centre mid, etc. That is how this team was built, okay? So the team was built with that in mind. So I was not really enjoying the 4-4-2 anymore. I don't really know why. 4-4-2 used to be my favourite formation. It is now the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. I just find with the 4-4-2 sometimes you get a bit open. Like the two centre mids is a bit weird. Not having a CDM is not something I enjoy. So I'm thinking of maybe next week trying the 4-4-2 with the two CDMs, just to see if that makes any difference. But you guys aren't here for the 4-4-2. You guys are here for the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Okay, so I play balanced, 4 width, 5 depth. The depth I play on 5. I have been experimenting with 6 and 7. One thing I've noticed is 6 is very good. 7 is a bit too YOLO for my team. I think I need like a Hullet or a Vieira in midfield to be able to play 7 depth. But 5 for me is the perfect amount. It's not too aggressive and not too defensive. It's kind of like that happy medium. I know that looks obvious because it's 5 out of 10, right? So it should be the happy medium. But I notice a lot with the difference. Just that 1 or 2 tweaks here and there to the numbers, whether you go 4 to 5, 5 to 6. They can actually make the world of difference. The 4 width as well, the defensive style. I like to have as many players in my box as I possibly can when defending. I'm not really bothered about if my opponent wants to go down wide. My opponent can have the width. Like, he's not really going to score for many crosses unless he has Ronaldo at the back post. So I like to let my opponent have the width, because that doesn't really affect me too much. The balanced offensive style, 100% recommend using that. I did try press after possession loss, actually, just going back to the defensive style. But sometimes it's a bit too aggressive, okay? Like, you'll see why with my player instructions, why it can be a little bit too aggressive at the same time. So the offensive style, I much prefer balance. I've tried long ball, just didn't work for me. Fast build-ups, that's too YOLO. Possession is horrible. Balanced does what it says on the tin. It's not too possession-based and not too YOLO with the players running forward. It's just that happy medium. You notice this a lot with my custom tactics. I am very much an advocate for the happy medium. I think sometimes you can be too over the top or too under the top, you know. And I like to be down the middle at the end of the day. So the width, I go with 5 and 5. I did play on 6 players in the box. But one thing I noticed with the narrow is you didn't need to have the players in the box too high, because the narrow, you get a lot of attacking passing lanes anyway. So definitely I'd recommend 5. If you are struggling to attack though, YouTube, I would 100% advise you to use 6 players in the box, maybe even 7. The players in the box doesn't make too much of a difference. It just helps you with the attacking play. Your players obviously will get into the box more. That's what it does. So it'll help you get into them goal scoring opportunities a little bit more. The corners and the free kicks, I'd go with 2 and 2. Your default will be 3 and 3. I'd definitely advise you to lower that down to 2. I used to get counted on so much from my own corners and free kicks that I then lowered it to 2-2. So how I set my team up, okay, is Neymar and Rashford up front with Mane, Cam. I know I probably should do that, but Neymar's my main guy on the RTG, so I want him up front. Mane in it, Cam. Mane is alright. He's not amazing. He's definitely the player that I am looking at getting rid of in the team, 100%. Firmino left centre mid. Zaha right centre mid with Paulinho CDM. Paulinho is an absolute animal at CDM, by the way. Alex Telles, and then obviously the defence is like so. Now, player instructions. All I have on my 2 strikers are getting behind. You don't need to... I did used to have them both on stay forward, but you will guys see when you're playing a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, the defending's a little bit harder in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. So having them just on balanced basic defensive support definitely helps a lot. And I was thinking of trying stay central on both my strikers, but I just don't enjoy it. I much prefer having just the balanced width, should I say, getting behind and basic defense support on my 2 strikers. My Cam is on stay forward and getting to the box for cross. Do not touch the positioning freedom or interceptions. I don't really know why you would touch the interceptions. They don't really make much of a difference to me. But if you want to change them, just leave them on normal. Get into the box for cross is key. This will help you score more goals with your Cam. I used to play with my Cam just on like balanced crossing runs, but when you put him on get into the box for cross, you will see him get involved a lot more in the attacking play, and that's definitely something that I would recommend for you guys. Your right centre mid and left centre mid are just on completely default. I do not touch a thing there. Balanced attack, balanced crossing runs, normal interceptions, stick to position, cover wing. I used to play him on cover centre, but cover wing actually helps a lot more with the defensive side, having them on cover wing on your 2 outside centre mids. So definitely recommend doing that for you. My CDM is then just on stay back while attacking. Nothing too strenuous. I then have him on cover... Oh no, I was meant to have him on cover centre actually. So my 1 CDM is on cover centre. So you have your left centre mid and your right centre mid on cover wing. That then gives you a little bit of support on the width. And then obviously your 1 CDM on cover centre. That then will give you that sitter right in front of the midfield. I have actually tried drop between defenders on my CDM. It is really good. But I find there to be too much of a gap then between my 3... Like, because it then goes to like 3 centre backs. And then find there to be too much of a bigger gap between my 3 centre-backs and my 2 outside centre-mid. So just have him on stay-back while attacking. My full-backs I then have on just completely default, okay? So balanced attack, normal interceptions and mixed attack. If you struggle defensively with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, I would recommend putting your full-backs on stay-back while attacking, 100%. It's just something that I think... Having the width in the narrow definitely helps me a lot in terms of my attacking patterns of play, etc. So if I were you guys, I would recommend trying it. But at the same time, if you struggle defensively, I'd recommend putting them on stay back while attacking and just focusing on your build-up play, learning the passing lanes, etc. with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, are my 4-1-2-1-2 narrow custom tactics for you guys. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that bell so you do get a notification every time I do drop a brand new video. And of course, last but not least, my Twitch channel is down in the description below, www.twitch.tv/Connor Woolf. And my Twitter is also down in the description below, www.twitter.com/Connor Woolf 1995. And without any further ado, make sure you have a blessed Monday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.